Hi, I'm Lenny, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Spider-Man Far From Home, the newest Spider-Man film to hit the theaters. This is a direct follow-up to 2017's Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man Far From Home, it's a PG-13 rated film and it's 2 hours 9 minutes long. This film takes place directly after the events of the Avengers Endgame, so it kind of picks up where that film leaves off. It's also the very first outing from Marvel since Avengers Endgame. So it's the very first film to pick up the pieces of what's happened after the events of that film. As always, this current review or discussion is going to be spoiler free. So I will not ruin anything that's in the movie, but it is probably critical or crucial that you have seen at least Spider-Man Homecoming to know the setup of the film, and that you have seen Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. Our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, Tom Holland, who is playing Peter Parker and Spider-Man, still in school, still young, dealing with the events of the previous films and dealing with the loss that comes from the events that happened previously. I'm really trying my best not to spoil it or say names, and that's why you probably don't want to watch much further if you have not at least seen Avengers Endgame, because I'm going to say at least one thing that's critical to this film. And if you haven't seen it, you may want to stop the video and come back some other time when you have seen the film. Peter Parker finds himself as Spider-Man and as himself, Peter Parker, struggling with the loss of his mentor, Tony Stark. And a big question of the film, and probably within the Marvel Universe itself, is who is going to pick up the mantle of Iron Man? Who is going to be the next leader of the Avengers? And is Spider-Man still a member of the Avengers? Do the Avengers even exist anymore? These are a lot of the questions that are dealt with in Spider-Man Far From Home, which is very interesting because at least this film acknowledges everything that's happened previously. Reintroduced to a lot of the cast from the first film, and Zendaya is again playing Mary Jane, and I actually find Mary Jane more likable in this film than I did in Spider-Man Homecoming. I enjoy Zendaya's portrayal of Mary Jane in this film a lot more. In this movie, we're introduced to Quentin Beck, played by Jake Gyllenhaal. I really appreciate and like what they have done in this film, making Mysterio an interesting character. This is a character that I found to be very lame and non-interesting, and actually very campy in previous installments, be it graphic novel, comic books, video games. This is usually a character you don't take very seriously. I love the detail, I love the backstory that they have given to Quentin, and I find Jake's performance of it very interesting and a lot of fun. I wasn't expecting to like this character as much as I did, so I was pleasantly surprised, which is great. Spider-Man films have been around for a while now, and we have had different relaunches and different reboots. I prefer Tom Holland. I believe Tom Holland is my favorite actor to portray Spider-Man so far. I think he encompasses both Peter Parker and Spider-Man perfectly. You have the awkwardness of Peter Parker, and you have the smart-ass jokes and quips of Spider-Man, who is always doing his best as Spider-Man Peter Parker to protect his loved ones, to keep his identity, to keep those people that he loves safe. That's a key note. Always doing his best to keep the people that he loves and his identity safe. Very key. I'm very curious to find out who is your favorite actor to have portrayed Spider-Man so far, and I'm going to attach a link somewhere up above me that you can hit during the middle of this video, and it's going to bring up a poll. And this poll, I'm going to ask you, who is your favorite Spider-Man? And your options are Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, or Tom Holland. Who is your favorite actor to portray Spider-Man in the theatrical releases of Spider-Man so far? And this can get a lot deeper if we bring in actors that have done video games for voice acting and whatnot, but we're going to stick with that. So please feel free to click the link up above. It's going to pop up a little menu while you watch this with a poll. As I mentioned, mine is Tom Holland. This movie I found to be a lot of fun. I enjoyed this movie. I was hoping that this movie was going to be good, and it was great. I did not feel let down whatsoever. Very pleasantly surprised. The reason I was surprised was I enjoyed this film more than Spider-Man Homecoming. I feel that Spider-Man Far From Home is a better film. I feel that the progression made with the characters, with Peter, with Spider-Man, with all involved, and the events of previous Marvel films, I feel the progression is in the right direction. I like where we are headed here. Found actually the whole film to be enjoyable. Not that there's anything wrong with the first act, but things really start moving and grooving in the second and third act. The movie holds your attention the whole time. It is a great film. Highly recommend that you see it. It is awesome. Love the film. Love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. And if I was to rate this film out of 10 on my scale of LWs, which I'll shorten for LDubs. Why LWs? Because my name is Lenny Wanser. Those are my initials, so why not? Out of 10 L-dubs being the best, I give Spider-Man Far From Home 8 L-dubs. Let me shoot my webs. 8 L-dubs out of 10. A lot of fun, solid film, really great film, enjoyable from beginning to end. The progression is great. There's nothing bad that I can say about this film. If I wanted to nitpick, yes, of course, you can nitpick every kind of film. But this movie is a great film. It's a great film on its own, but it does make sense to have seen the other movies that I mentioned beforehand. I think it's kind of critical. They place valuable information that's needed in this film. Love to know what you think of Spider-Man Far From Home. And like I said, I'd love to know who your favorite Spider-Man is out of Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland. Please feel free to let me know in the comments below your thoughts, what you thought of the film, what you think of the actors. If you haven't done so yet and you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. It could be anywhere. It could be anywhere in this box that I'm in right now. But hit that subscribe button. If you already subscribed, make sure that you hit the bell to get the notifications of when I upload the newest videos so you know right away. Thank you for taking time out of your day to let me talk about things that I like and to share that with you about things that I love. Thank you for lending me your ears. Thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Be safe, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.